Hello, hello. My name is Cinnamon Alpers. I am the author of Generating Your Own Happiness. And today I am going to address or answer a question from Vicky. And so let me read you her question first. So Vicky asks, in your book in chapter 22, you talk about setting up a support system to help you move forward to generating your own happiness. Can you explain why a support structure is not just about getting a coach? In the book, you had a long list of what you call your support structure. How can I go about creating my list? And thank you so much for your time and passion in helping me and others to generate your own happiness. So, first and foremost, you're very welcome, Vicky. Thank you for your question. This is so much fun for me and an honor, and I hope that everybody watching, gets something out of it. So, support, this is a big one. This is really important. I think a lot of my tricks to success have been around having a support structure. So I think the most common analogy that I've heard about support is the idea of having a foundation for a house. If you don't, if you don't have a strong foundation, then your house won't stand, right? But I want to give you a different idea, or at least something where you can relate to probably not having support, because I think most of us have been in this position. Think of the last time that you were really motivated as a result of going to a meeting, a convention, a seminar, or a workshop, or hearing a motivational speaker. And then what happened after that? So often we get inspired and then there's nothing to keep that alive. It's like we might be at a conference for 2 or 3 days. We learn so much. We're so excited. We're making friends, high-fiving each other, and then we go back to life, and within a couple of days it's like, oh, whatever happened to that? So the reason that that happens is because there's not a support structure to keep that present, to keep that re-enlivened, is that a word? So that you just lose it. We forget things and we don't have the structure to support us. So hopefully you can relate to why it's important. There's a very big difference. In fact, one of the most common support structures with regards to a conference is they have, opportunities for you to get to know each other, exchange information, maybe continue. It seems like a sales pitch a lot of times, but there's an opportunity to sign up for a next level or to join a mastermind group, those types of things. So those are, while I actually do believe that a lot of it is built in to support the sales funnel, it's also legitimate to help you maintain a structure for you. Now, here's the thing that I really feel strongly about with support structures. There is no one size fits all solution. So let me tell you that again. There's not a magic pill that you're supposed to be shopping for that then once you find that, that'll be the answer for everything. It's so funny because if you look at statistics for blogs and advertising and things like that, you'll notice that we bite on. We want the 3 things to do every morning or the 10 tricks to losing weight. But really, really, a big part of the message in my book is that while we have common mechanisms and what's the word I'm looking for? There are a lot of similarities in what it is to be human. However, they express themselves differently. Think of like a different flavor of, one of my coaches used the analogy of a candy bar. It's in, and I like to think about like just chocolate alone. Do you like dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate? You can't stand chocolate. We all have these different preferences and characteristics and things that make us unique. So you want to design your support structure so that it's supportive of you and your desires and your true wants. So I know that that might be bad news for some people because it makes it a little bit more challenging, because I think what's important is to do the work and knowing yourself and knowing what supports you. So for example, for me, I'm a big commitment person. I like accountability. I like structure. Now, I also really like spontaneity. I like going with the flow. I think I'm pretty easygoing. Um, so I work those things that I know I like into my specific structure. And so, for example, I'm going to use an example of an ex-boyfriend of mine. I hope Tim doesn't mind me picking on him, but we got along so well, loved each other dearly. I admired him because he's a brilliant genius. The relationship didn't work out because we really didn't support what each of us wanted. Like I had a business with a physical location and he wanted to be remote and sailing the world. And that was very important to him. He traveled across the country and he didn't want to be in the suburbs. He wanted to be where there was a lot of activity. I actually like a lot of that also, but not to this. It wasn't as much of a must on my list as it was on his list. So it's good to notice there's nothing wrong with our preferences. It's just good to know what you need, what's most critical for you in your life. So back to some examples in mine. I was in the best shape ever while owning a fitness franchise. Imagine that. I was committed to being there teaching 5 days a week. And because I like commitment, right? And I like that type of structure, and I liked the activity I picked. It was a dance style fitness program, really fun for me. It wasn't, one of the things I don't like is like boot camp style. I'm not a no pain, no gain. I'm very much a woohoo. I like to have fun in everything I do. So that structure really worked for me. And I'm also a very social person, so the community worked as a support structure to me. I fell in love with every single person I interacted with. And as a result of me having that as my structure, it never once felt like work for me. So you're starting to understand the types of things that you want to do in your structure. So no, it's not just about getting a coach, although coaches are fantastic, and I can go into more depth in another call with what that is, or why specifically a coach is great. But I want you to think about, when you set up your support structure, I want you to really think about every area of your life, and does your life schedule and your commitments and your regular day-to-day support all of that? Are you supported in the area of relationship and community? It's important to you. Are you supported in the area of making a difference? Are you supported in the area of career and finance? You know, a lot of people have debt problems. Do you have support so that you're not taking that on all by yourself? Like for me, I'm going to go off on a tangent a little bit. I love being in a creative space. I also really geek out on things like accounting. And I like, even though I'm very social, where I want to be, I don't even mind being on the spotlight and being with a big giant group, but I also really like my time alone. And so where was I going with this? Let's go talk about accounting. See, I don't have a good enough support structure in place right now to keep me. I'm not following an outline. And that's okay, because I'm comfortable winging it. I just needed, oh, I know. I needed somebody to remind me where I was going with this. So, for example, one of the things I know I need in my life for a support structure is, because I get a thrill on taking on a lot, sometimes I can get overwhelmed. So while I like to be working alone, I like to be creative, I like to make big, big, big goals and promises, one of the most important things for me in my support structure is making a phone call or having someone that I can go to that can bail me out when I feel overwhelmed. So, I mean, and this goes back to when I was in college. I could stay up all night writing reports if there was someone there. My very first boyfriend, all he did is he would come and camp out. He didn't need to help me. He didn't need to, give me tips or advice or anything. For me, the support structure is just in knowing that if I get spooked out or feeling overwhelmed or whatever that is, that there's somebody there present in the space for me. Isn't that funny? But I know that that's something that I personally need, so I make sure I have that in my support structure. I also know that I thrive when I have goals and games and when people are playing with me. I like to have this like buddy system. I like group fitness. I like hiking with other people. And so my all-time favorite support structure are my generating calls. So, and this is going to sound a little bit like a sales pitch because it's my product that I designed. One of the things that I do to support me is I design things for my career because I'm an entrepreneur, and I what do they call it when you like lots and lots of different things? Serial entrepreneur. You know, I'm a little bit of a jack of all trades, master of none. So one of the things that I do is I build in to my work life, because I like business and I like designing businesses. So I like to design my own support structure. So let me go back to my all-time favorite support structure right now, or what I call generating calls. And what that is, those are intimate groups where every single day in a very short period of time, 15 minutes or less, each person on the call creates their day. It's like the start of the day, and it creates accountability, it creates focus and intention. And so all we do in that call is we say, we report our stats from the day before. So that's the accountability piece. So we have 3 promises. So we say, I am 3 for 3. I did X, I did Y, I did Z. Or a lot of times, if you're playing really big, you didn't accomplish all 3. You could have failed. That's another topic for another day somewhere. And then we create our day. So we say, today I am playing for. And so like today, what am I playing for today? I did it this morning. Today I am, I am playing for manifesting magical relationships and connection to everyone and everything. So it might sound a little bit out there, but that's what I chose to play for today. And then 3 promises or goals that I'm going to take for the day. And then we do that every single day, Monday through Friday. It's my favorite support structure. That's what works for me. It fulfills on feeling like I have a little inner circle of friends, somebody's listening for me, I'm focused, I thrive on it. So again, remember that there is no one-size-fits-all solution, but you want to work it into your life. Another structure that works for my overall family, my husband's family is huge, over 30 people, and they have a pre-scheduled quarterly birthday party where we get together, we celebrate all the birthdays in that quarter, but more importantly, we spend time together as a family. Every Christmas Day we alternate. He's one of 5 siblings, so we take a turn and we have Christmas at someone else's house. So that's support structure that, luckily for me, it came into my life because they already had that. But then I added to that support structure. I added the white elephant gift exchange to Christmas, because what generates happiness for Cinnamon? Play, being goofy, those types of things. So I hope I covered and gave you a really good idea, a good foundation for why support is so important and how you can go about putting it into your life. And if you really don't have any idea if your life is supporting you or not, I do have a tool on my website. I can't remember the name of it exactly, but it's like I know what it is. It's the Do It All Time Evaluation. That would be a really great tool for you to be able to see where you're actually spending your time, and you get to rate yourself in the different areas of your life. So remember, I talked about health and well-being and spirituality and relationship and all those different areas of your life. So you could look at what you're doing and how it actually contributes to your fulfillment and your sense of happiness in all of those areas. Because if you're not satisfied, that probably means what? You're lacking support in that area. So I hope, again, that this was of value to you. And the little game that I like to play at the end of these videos. I want to invite you to play with me and engage in what you're learning from both my book, Generating Your Own Happiness, and anything that I said that inspired you today. I challenge you first and foremost to put some support, write it down, put it in your calendar, invite a friend to do it with you, something so that you can have it present in your life. And then I'm going to ask you to play in one of these. And so the end of chapter 22, which is why this came up in the first place. Maybe this is, chapter 22 is setting up your support structure. And maybe this is why I got the question, because listen to the Let's Play. If you're ready, go to Generating Your Own Happiness to optimize your support structure. Maybe she didn't find enough of what she was looking for. So I know I need to boost that up. But what you would find if you go to the website is I do have a tab that says resources. So those are things that are available for you if you want to put them into your life. And because I think you need more than being directed to my website, let's give you something else. I'm gambling here because I didn't prepare in advance. But remember, for support structure, that's okay for me. If it makes you crazy and you're type A personality, don't wing a video like this. That'll make you nuts. And remember, there's nothing wrong with it. That's okay. Just like there's nothing wrong with me talking on and on and on and winging it. I'm trying to be funny. Okay, so ready? This is a different. I wanted to give you a different. I'm going to go backwards. And it's okay if you hang up and stop the video at this stage. I won't be offended. Okay, I'll let you use this one because I think this is important to work into your support structure if you don't know. So it's something that you can ask yourself. This is a Let's Play exercise from chapter 20. Chapter 20 is called Meet Your Soul. You know, if you prioritize anything in your support structure, prioritize that which speaks to your soul. When you feel something tug at your heartstrings, or you just have that sense of knowing, honor that. That really is the way to generate your own happiness. So as soon as it comes up, I can't encourage you more to put some structure and support in place so that you are fulfilling on that when it talks to you, because those moments are so precious and they're golden gems. And if you prioritize anything at all, please prioritize that. So here's one of the exercises from the end of that chapter. Let's play. Ask yourself, how can I receive love, express love, and be an expression of love right now without changing anything? That's just beautiful. You know, so many times I think we think we need to turn our lives upside down. So often it doesn't need to change. There's nothing wrong and there's nothing that needs to be fixed. We just forget how important receiving love, expressing love, and being an expression of love is, and we don't take action on that. So this is my challenge for you, is do anything and ask yourself first how you can fulfill on that, and then please take an action and reap the benefits, because you're worthy of it. Thank you so much again. Catch you in another video. Generating Your Own Happiness is available for sale in both the Kindle version and the paperback version, Amazon.com and other book retailers. And thanks again. Bye-bye.